Okay. Hey, Filip, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right,
okay.
Great.
I'm wondering if there will be anyone joining because I answered all the questions during my session.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm just going to post it in the announcement. You would be surprised, actually. I've seen a lot of speakers answer questions in there, and people still come by just to say hi and stuff. So I say let's give it like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, see how we feel. Hey, so look, Julian's here.
Thanks, Julian. Thanks.
All right. See, Sergey has a question. So thanks for the great talk. I noticed that you are using nuxt.js Composition API module. How confident are you about using it in production?
So I would say not confident at all. Even the documentation is saying that you shouldn't use that in production. So I definitely advise against this. But it's not like it's not usable. It is usable, but you have to do a lot of digging from GitHub. You have to be aware of the fact that some things are not working. For example, such basic features like hydration of computed properties. But of course, like it's just a software, so you can fix that. You can make your own wrappers on this composition API. This is actually what we did. So we did our own wrapper around Nuxt composition API, and it's working pretty well. We tested that. We checked from memory leaks. Everything is so far so good.
Good answer. So Adrian has a question. How do you handle quality control across integrations with so many partners?
Okay, so like it's tough, obviously, and the key to success, of course, is like in almost any other area of development. The key to success is communication. But like what we are doing is basically like whole storefront is built from these composables, and each composable is not just exposed with every integration. So we have factory functions, and we are basically managing, let's say, like 80% of the code. So we are managing like what these composables are returning. We are managing some of the underlying logic. And what integrators do is they're basically invoking these factories and providing some integrations of platform-specific parameters. So I have a use cars composable, and inside the factory, I'm basically handling all the state changes. I'm handling the server-side rendering. I'm handling typing, etc. But what integrator is doing, if he's invoking this factory function and just passing, for example, how adding to cart works in this platform, how removing from cart works in this platform, stuff like that. So this would be like how we are managing from the code point of view. So we are minimizing the amount of code that integrator will do. We're kind of like building framework for the integration. So it's not only like a framework for the users, but also for the integrations. It is a framework itself with some kind of like a public API with changelog and stuff like that. So by doing this, we made a very flexible tool, I think, because also like you can integrate basically anything with your storefront, and it will still work within our interfaces. It will still work like in pair with all the ecosystem. And in many cases, the only thing that we have to do to ship additional features, like for example, some caching players, stuff like that, is to update our NPM package. And as long as we are not shipping breaking changes in interfaces they have to fulfill into, this change is basically seamless. So this is really cool because we don't have to ask everyone to to update their integrations to add some new features. It's very well thought out, I would say, but it's not like we're geniuses. It took us almost a year to figure all of that stuff out. So I would say we're very slow in thinking. But yeah, I'm really proud of that, to be honest.
Yeah, sounds like a great architecture that you all have. So Adrian has a question, or sorry, Andres. Do you know of any company or platform where we can learn about Vue Storefront? My company plans to change from Magento to Vue Storefront, and we are all kind of excited, but don't know where to start.
Yes, so if there is Ritzma, you probably know this guy if you're following the Magento community. So he is making Vue Storefront workshops, and I think these are one of the best workshops. But of course, we also have documentation. We did a lot of screencasts, stuff like that. So there's plenty of resources to learn from. The only problem is that many of them is kind of like outdated, because like the main issue that we had with Vue Storefront 1 and the main issue why we did this rewrite is that it was initially a boilerplate. So we were introducing this, API layer over time, but because it was initially boilerplate, it took us a lot of time to actually transition from this boilerplate approach to a framework approach. And we're constantly shipping these breaking changes. We were changing the architecture, etc. Right now, it's much more well thought out. We basically can change everything without breaking the APIs. For Vue Storefront 1, it wasn't the case. So many videos are outdated. So if you really want to invest into that, I highly recommend just asking Lisa. His company is called Gireo. It's I can type it. So you can ask him to do a training. I think he's doing plenty of them, even online.
So then Julian has a question. You said there was a Cilius integration. If there is one by Bitbag Commerce?
Yes, it's exactly this one. And Bitbag is actually also a company from Poland. So like Cilius is also from Poland, so it's all like a Polish package.
Yeah, does anyone have any other questions for Filip? No. Do you plan to keep on supporting the default theme of Vue Storefront?
For some time, yes. Like the good news is that we are basically not shipping any breaking changes right now for this first version of Vue Storefront. It's kind of like maintenance mode. If you're changing something, we're adding third-party modules like extensions. So it's not breaking anything. So this default theme is compatible with newest version of Vue Storefront, but we don't want to actively support it in the future because we just have too many projects right now to maintain. We have Vue Storefront API, we have Storefront API, we have Vue Storefront, we have Vue Storefront Next, we have Storefront UI, and we have Capybara team, which is this new team. So it's like a lot of software. So we kind of shifted from the default team to the Capybara team right now as being default. And like team is not something that you can update anyway. So like for the new project, you just should use this Capybara team on Storefront UI, which is really nice name. So why you shouldn't try this? I was opting for naming this Vue Storefront Next, actually Vue Storefront Capybara, but they didn't let me. So at least our new team is called Capybara. Lovely animals.
Yes, they are. Cool. Filip, I know that you probably posted this, but what's the best way for people to reach out to you if they think of questions later on?
So there are many ways, and one of them was in my presentation. So you can reach me on Twitter. You can reach me on slack.vuestorefront.io. You can also reach me via email, but I already have too many emails, and I'm not catching up with them.
Yep, I feel that. I totally understand how that feels. Cool. Well, thanks, Filip, for doing this Q&A. Ooh, this is a good question from Andres. What are the benefits of being a partner of Vue Storefront?
Oh, so first benefit is obviously recognition. The second benefit is that we are regularly giving you updates about like what is new in the Vue Storefront ecosystem, and we are also right now passing some leads to our partners. So that's, I think, the biggest benefit of being a partner is basically you're getting products on Vue Storefront.
Very cool. All right. With that, thanks everybody for joining the live Q&A with Filip. Really appreciate you taking the time, Filip.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right. See you all later.